Video games are good for you because they improve your coordination and your memories and your reflexes, and also this is productive because I'm training to be an esports athlete.
Hamza categorizes video games within the 6 main bad habits that are keeping young men down. Gamers playing for 3 or more hours every day is considered normal, and many are in denial about their addiction. Hamza has an almost zero tolerance on video games. If you play every day, you're a Jeffery. One of the main reasons he believes this is that video games stunted his own growth when he was younger. He couldn't find a healthy balance with video games, so he believes a balance between daily video games and self-improvement cannot be found. But can it? And are video games really that bad? Video games are designed to release high amounts of the neurotransmitter dopamine. Dopamine has become a bit of a cliche regarding topics like social media and video games, but that's because it's actually true. Dopamine plays a huge role in addiction, and due to the games releasing high levels of this neurotransmitter, people can easily become addicted. So they play for hours on hours a day, leading to the neglect of basic human activities, like going outside, spending time with family, and even in some cases going to the toilet. Yes, you heard that right. My 7-year-old poops in his pants instead of going to the toilet when he plays Fortnite. He was doing this for a while before I found it and grounded him from the game. He recently started playing it after almost a year, and the same thing has started happening again. This is far more common than you think. There are so many anecdotes on Reddit alone, all describing the same situation of people rather sitting in a pool of their own human waste than to take a 5-minute break away from the screen. An fMRI study looking at the brains of gamers showed another alarming effect of gaming. The study showed that when you are experiencing pain or fear and start to play video games, this part of the brain calms down and the emotions are suppressed. Video games can literally allow us to run away from negative feelings, and I think everyone can agree that running away from your problems doesn't make them disappear, they will just return back in the future, but worse. The claim that video games are good for you is just dishonest and manipulative, and only provides an excuse for people to stay in their blanket of addiction. Video games have been shown to have some health benefits, like hand-eye coordination, but when looking at whether a product is good or bad for you, we need to consider both the good and the bad, and where does the product tip towards. The video games the majority of people are playing undoubtedly tip towards the bad. The consequences far outweigh the benefits. To put this in perspective, studies show that nicotine can have beneficial effects on the brain, but does this make smoking healthy? No, of course not. The negative effects far outweigh the benefits. Does this mean Hamza is right and playing video games even for an hour every day is unacceptable? In my opinion, no. Hamza's main argument against the 1 hour a day is that you will not be playing for 1 hour a day. It will be more. He implies that playing for just an hour is an impossible task. But is it impossible? Obviously not. You just need to find an approach for video games that's created to help you find moderation in your life. So how do you find moderation? The amount of time you can play without destroying your health and self-improvement progress will vary person to person. A small minority may find video games so addictive that the moderation they need is none at all. However, for most, people can play around up to an hour a day and will see no negative effects within their lives. You should avoid games which you know are too addicting. Also avoid games where you have no control on when you can pause or quit. You need to have complete control over this, otherwise this will become a pretty easy excuse to keep playing. Games that make you walk away feeling worse than you started should obviously be avoided too. You should also take frequent days off from playing. If you find yourself irritated by the days without video games, you need to reconsider the moderation tactic you are using. Let me know your opinions of this strategy and my takes on video games in the comments. Thank you for watching.